Hello children. So in our previous video we have discussed about types of spherical mirrors that are concave and convex, where concave mirrors are also called as converging mirror and convex mirrors are also called as diverging mirror. Why they are called so we will discuss when we will discuss the image formations. Okay. But before that, let us come to a topic that is components of spherical mirror. So when we are talking about concave and convex mirror are those where the outer surface is the reflecting one and the inner one is polished, whereas concave mirrors are those where inner surface is the reflecting one and outer one is polished. Okay. Now children, I have told you that spherical mirrors are formed by a hollow glass sphere. Okay. So obviously a glass sphere will have a center. So this is the center and here it is represented by capital C, and this capital C is the first component of a spherical mirror. That is also called as center of curvature, which is represented by capital C. Okay. So what is center of curvature? It is basically the center of that hollow glass sphere from which you have cut the spherical mirror, okay, of which the spherical mirror is a part. So if you complete this mirror, it will become a sphere like this and it will have a center. So this will be the center of curvature of convex mirror, and if you complete this one, it will have a center, and this is the center of curvature of this concave mirror. Okay, so center of curvature is the center of that hollow glass sphere of which spherical mirror is a part. Spherical mirror is a part. Okay, and it is represented by capital C. Now moving on to the next component. This is the mirror that we have removed and this much of the part we have polished. So if we take this as M and this as N, so this part is the reflecting surface of this mirror. So the center of this mirror is represented by capital P. Similarly, the center of this mirror is represented by capital P, which is called as the second component, pole, and it is represented by capital P. So pole is what? It is the center of spherical mirror. It is the center of spherical mirror. Okay. The center of this mirror is this and the center of this mirror is this. So it is represented by P. That is pole. Coming on to the third component. Now children, the line which is passing through C and P. The line which is passing through C and P, it is represented by an axis called as principal axis. Okay, this line is called as principal axis. Clear? The principal axis is what? It is a line which is passing through C and P, that is center of curvature and pole. So the midpoint between C and P, this midpoint, it is represented by capital F. C and P, it is represented by capital F, and this is a component called as focus, and it is represented by capital F. Focus is represented by capital F, not small f. Okay. And what is the focus? It is the midpoint between C and P. C और P के बीच का जो point होगा, mid point होगा, that is represented by capital F. And there is a second definition, children, also, which is related with the ray diagrams. That is, the parallel rays the rays that go parallel to the principal axis, after reflection they pass through focus. Okay, the point from where they are passing, that point is also called as focus. That will also we will discuss in the next video, where we will discuss the ray diagram. So mathematically, just remember, it is the midpoint between C and P. Now coming to the fourth component. See beta, when you talk about a circle, you say that this is the radius of the circle. Okay. So similarly, when we are talking about a sphere, so distance between C and P, it is also represented by capital R, and this component is called as radius of curvature. So fourth component is radius of curvature, okay, which is represented by capital R. So what is radius of curvature? It is the distance between C and P. Okay, the midpoint between C and P is focus. Distance between C and P is radius of curvature. Fifth component, the distance between F and P, it is represented by small f. F and P, it is represented by small f, and that is called as focal length. Okay, focal length is represented by small f. So always remember, focus is represented by capital F and focal length is represented by small f, and it is defined as the distance between focus and pole, F and P. So it is distance between F and P, F and P. And the last component is aperture. See, if we have cut this much of part, so let us name it as M and N. Okay, so this MN part we have polished, and this part is the reflecting surface now. So the diameter of this reflecting surface, the diameter of this reflecting surface is called as aperture. So aperture is the diameter of the reflecting surface of the mirror. Okay, the diameter of the reflecting surface of the mirror. Now children, if you want to relate between capital R and small f, so as I have told you that focus, that is F, is the midpoint between C and P. So mathematically you can write R is equal to 2F, or you can write focal length is equal to R by 2. That is, okay, if you are taking radius of curvature as 10 cm, then focal length will be of 5 cm. If you are taking radius of curvature as 20 cm, if it is given, then the half of 20 will be 10, so focal length will be 10 cm. So simply you have to half the value if radius of curvature is given, and you have to double the value if focal length is given. Okay, so these are the components: center of curvature, capital C; pole, capital P; focus, capital F; radius of curvature, capital R; focal length, small f; and the last is aperture. What is principal axis? The line which is passing through C, F and P, or you can say C and P. So these are the components. Go through it. Thank you.